It's good afternoon, Helen Baker. Thank you for joining us at Yellow Shelf, Helen.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. I have a copy of your book, Money for Life: How to Build Financial Security for from Firm Foundations. This isn't your first book. You've got many books, but tell us about the new book. What do we need to know, Helen?
Well, I think this one's on topic. Everybody's talking property, property, property. What do I do? And for me, it's about enabling people to achieve that dream. And then the other part is preventing a mistake. What are the things that you need to know that aren't going to make you fall down? But it's really sort of about an easy read. It's not a boring finance book, hopefully, but it's things that people say to me, oh, I never even thought of that, or I didn't know that. And so there's nuggets in there all the way through. I'm giving away plenty of information so you can get as much knowledge as you can.
And Helen, you are a financial expert. I often see you pop up in the media. You're kind of a go-to when it comes to financial advising. And so it's not surprising, you've had these book journeys that you've written. Your previous work, we were just sort of chatting about, they're called your own 2 feet, being on your own 2 feet, and then being on your own 2 feet divorced. So we were sharing, like, it's like a journey. Finance and money is a journey, isn't it?
Exactly right. To me, it's like, you need those foundations in place. And then what happens with life events across the top of that, good or bad, that comes along, and adjusting those foundations and then making the most of what you're building on top. So it never comes crashing down. You're always pushing ahead. You're always achieving what you want to do and protecting it so you can get that best life that you can possibly have along the way.
Yeah, and Helen, I mean, I've heard this hundreds of times from people. Money, finances, financial planning is can be really uncomfortable for people. Um, so I'm wondering the inspiration to write this particular book, the timing. Yeah, what was it about Money for Life to be written now?
Yeah, so for me, I don't know if everyone knows, but there are in Australia 40,000 women living out of cars. And a lot of them are like 70, 80-year-old women, late 60s, and now even for the 50s. And when you think about that, that's horrific. And when I talk about it overseas, people are like, in Australia, you had that because we're the lucky country, right? But the reality is for a lot of these women, and it happens to men as well, but it's about they didn't lock down enough early enough, or they may, things happen to them along the way. They're not on drugs or anything. It's like just things have happened in their life. So this is a bit of a way to sort of help educate people so we can spread the word wider and help all these people. Because the reality now for financial advice is it's not cheap. So people who we used to help before, some of my ladies from early days who didn't even, they had a house with a mortgage, didn't really have much super. How do they build that and
Yeah.
still get some age pension so overall they're okay? A lot of those people now won't be able to get advice because of the cost.
Yeah.
So by doing it this way, I was like, I said I wouldn't write any more books, but here I am. I'm like, I just have to try and get this message out to as many people as possible so we can change their destiny. We don't want people living out of cars at any time in life. So, and we want people to have the best life. You only get one.
Of
So let's
course.
give it all what we've got and travel and enjoy time with your kids and everything that you want to do.
Yeah. And Helen, it does make me think, instead of like pretending it's not real and burying your head in the sand, you really need to get real about it, and you do need to go with the changes, don't you? So the book's a great resource. Helen, how do we connect with you if we're curious about the book? If we're curious to connect with you, I know you have a fabulous website. On Facebook and LinkedIn as well. Tell us, how is the best way to connect with you in the book?
Yeah, we push so much. We're actually now on TikTok. Wow,
Oh my
so I've
gosh.
got it all young and trendy. Now look at that.
Woohoo.
So just on your own 2feet.com.au is the website, but you'll find us bleed out across the LinkedIn's, the socials, everywhere, articles that are written. So anything that you want to read, there's obviously plenty of free things on the internet to read as well. Hopefully it sparks people's interest and you get something out of it that changes your life forever.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Good luck with the book, Helen. And if you do write another one, please come back and share it with Yellow Shell if you decide to. No pressure. No pressure.
I'll think about it.
No worries. Thanks, Helen.
Cheers.
Cheers.